Just excited, get to play the number one team in the country. I know our kids are going to be excited for that. Just the opportunity that 99.9% of kids never get that chance. So we're going to go out there in front of 8,000, 10,000 people, and do everything we can to try to get a win for Glendale.
Initial thoughts on shutting down 6'5", 6'6", 6'8" across the board, just with your kids. Do you start dreaming up game plans now, or just kind of how does that go?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be tough, no doubt about it. It's hard to match up with them, but, the way we look at it is they've got to match up with us too, and hopefully we can use some of our quickness and scheme a little bit to try to get things in certain areas to take advantage of matchups. And, probably not going to be a great opportunity to win the battle of the boards, but, we'll try to win every other aspect of the game and just go out there and see what happens.
Coach Keltner just told you need to win the battle of the boards.
Sometimes that's going to be a little tougher than others, but we go about 5'10", 5'10", 5'10", 6'2", 6'4", so not sure we can get that one, but in all seriousness, we'll try to spread it out a little bit and try to make some shots and defend on the other end and see what happens.
I know this isn't right. I know it's not just about showing up and trying to compete and put on a good show. For you guys, though, being one of the local teams and playing against us, what kind of opportunity is it to allow your kids to see what it's like to play other teams from across the country that are this good?
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of our kids play AAU ball, so they've seen some of these kids at tournaments around the country, and so it won't be the first for some of them, but others it will be. But we travel as much as we can as a program too in the summertime, and we've gone to tournaments around the country as well to try to prepare for these situations and put our kids out there. So it's not going to be the first time, and hopefully the nerves will be minimized a little bit by that. But we're looking at it as just a great opportunity, and our kids will get to go play 3 games against really good teams.
What did you learn last week, just in the blue and gold? It didn't finish the way you guys wanted to, but just what can you bring from that, build upon for the championship game going into next week?
I think the biggest thing is just being on the college court 3 days in a row, and you can talk about it in practice, but you can't really replicate that until you actually get out there. So the floor is longer, the floor is wider, so the spacing's different offensively and defensively. So we'll try to use that to our advantage now that we know a little bit about certain areas that we can try to emphasize and take advantage of. And other than that, it's just basketball.
What does it mean to you to see one of your former assistant coaches leading a team program and also competing in this tournament?
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm happy for Jordan and his kids. He was with us for 2 or 3 years, and I knew he was going to be great whenever he got his opportunity. And you see where he's at now, and leading arguably the best team in the area right now, and one of the best teams in the state. And I'm excited to see how they do as well.
How does this opportunity playing against these kind of talented teams, how does it help you guys prepare for the stretch when you get back into district play and gear up for a state championship run?
Well, I mean, we're not going to see teams better than we're going to see this week the rest of the season. So we're in the so-called District of Death in Southwest Missouri, and this will be great preparation for that as far as just knowing you've got to go win three games in 3 days and lay it on the line every night regardless of how it goes, and just learning how to compete and fight those battles one day at a time.
I know, right, obviously playing 3 days in a row, 2 days in a row for the blue and gold is a lot of the kids. Do you feel like they've learned a lot about how, whether it's conditioning or just how to kind of manage the emotions of playing in big tournament games like this?
You hope so. We got pretty big crowds the last 2 or 3 days of the blue and gold, so hopefully some of that's minimized this time around, and we won't go out there with the deer in the headlight look. So I think our kids will be prepared and they'll be excited and know that we can go out there and just give it our best shot and see what happens.
Amari's going to be among his peers, those top 100 type kids that we think Amari kind of looks like as a sophomore right now. So how excited are you to see him get the chance to be one of those spotlight players that we've seen him and being able to do that against some of those kids on other teams?
Yeah, I mean, I know he'll look forward to the opportunity. Like I've said, he's one of the most confident kids, if not the most confident kid I've ever coached. So I know the moment's not going to be too big for him. So it'll be a great opportunity for him to go out there and, hopefully help us get a win, but, also to put himself out there to, the eyes around the country that'll be watching.
Are you still as giddy with this one as you were? I remember talking to you at the last one that you were invited to. Is this just something you wake up and I know you've been around the area for a long time. Is something you dream about?
I think about this tournament weekly, whether we're in it or not, year round. So it's an awesome opportunity for us. I'm as happy as I've ever been, and no exaggeration, this tournament's always on my mind year round, even whenever we're not in it. So it's just a great opportunity for our kids and for our program to be a part of it and to etch their names in the history of this tournament going forward.
This year, they're not going to have any academy teams. It's teams that are actually going to have to play for a state title. So what does that mean to you to have a similar type of setup as these other teams?
It's awesome. You know, instead of going up against a team that has 10 D1 kids, they're still going to have 2, 3, 4, but there's a big difference in that 4 through 7, 8 guy where the depth is just different. So you hope that you can take advantage of that, and they're more like us than some of the other teams that have been in this tournament in the past. So it's a great opportunity for us to go out there and just, lay it on the line, and, we'll see what happens.